and I wanted to keep that seam, so I put it right here. So that'll be that bridge, and then it comes through here in a small town, small industrial area, and you got a feed mill or whatever right here, and then you got another feed mill back here, and as you see here, the main line goes right behind this building here. Got some building flats here, another industry here. So you got 3 industries here that local can switch out. Just a small mock-up right now. I may change some stuff, but so far 3 industries that a local can work. So the main line comes through here, then around this top. Now we're on the 2nd level now, and it goes around here. Now this right here is where the trains on the other side of the wall will go through here, back into the steps, and into the staging yard where Williamson Staging used to be, the top level. So if I have any derailments, I can get back here and because the track is right here. So you can watch a train come through here, but I needed something to get back in here and get the derailment out if something happens. I didn't want to shove it all up and then have something happen back there, because it would be a pain to get back there. So the scenery would be up here with trees, so you won't see it that much. But like I said, if something happens, you can get back in there. So we're going around the top level, and it goes all the way around this curve, mocking the lower level here. And this is probably about 61 inches off the floor. And I think this right here is 44 inches off the floor, the first level. So you got about 61, 44. And it's probably about, I say about 9 inches of track. You know, I mean, from the front to the back here, probably about 10, regardless, because I left an area here at the back for the scenery to come out. So they won't be that much to scenic. And then this right here is a siding for the coal spur that you see here. Goes around the curve with the main line. And then we get into the big coal facility here. As you see here, this is the track for the coal facility. This is the main line. And then we got where it starts into a siding. So you got a siding track and the main line in the front, and the coal facility track in the back, it's going to be a huge coal facility. It's going to hold a lot of cars. But and here I got some track laid with some weights on it to keep it down till it dries. But what'll happen is, as you see here, you got a siding track on the, turnout on the siding track here for the coal spur. And what a coal train will do, it will come from this area here, and it will back a cut of cars in here. Oh, let me get that out of the way so you can see. You can see 3 tracks, 3 long tracks, and he'll fill those tracks up with empty cars. And then engines will come in here, get a cut of cars, and go under the coal tower here and load the cars. And then when it's loaded, that cut of cars, he will back up and get another cut of cars. And he'll keep loading his train in sections, and he'll keep going down this long spur, which is long enough for a coal train, a big coal train. And once he's loaded, he will take it out, and then he'll go down the hill with the coal train. And there's different ways that you can operate this from either section. That's the way I made it. But the original plan is for the coal trains to come from that way, the empties, and put their cut of cars in there in the 3 holding tracks. Then this long track here is for the loading facility. So that should be interesting. You'll have a good amount of operations up here for a person that likes to do the coal stuff. And like I said, it takes up this whole wall here, so there's more than enough room, more than enough tracks for huge coal trains. And that was one thing that I didn't have on my last one. I didn't have a long enough area for a big coal train to load and unload their coal cars and stuff like that. So I made it this time to where it will function just like a real coal facility, and you won't have to worry about putting cars here, putting cars there, not enough room. So there's enough room here. It should be fun to operate. And this is where I run out of track. I got to right here. So all the stuff that you see is off the old layout, all the old track I saved. A lot of work, but a lot of money, saved there, because you know how much track is. But there'll be a double track here, siding, main line, all the way up through there, all the way to the end there that I showed you. So it's long siding, long main line, goes around the top curve here of this peninsula, from the peninsula that I showed you earlier. And it will go all the way around, follow the bottom level, and it will go over the yard here, and it probably will stop about right here, and there will be a long trestle seen right here over the yard. So that'll give the yard guy something to look at when he's working. He'll watch the big trains going on this long trestle. That's one thing that I like, is long trestles with these big freight trains going over it. So I'm going to put it right here on this wall, and then it'll start descending just a little bit, and from 64 down to like 62 inches off the floor. Come down, and then it'll go into this right here, and that's the section which goes back into the stairs, and it'll go back into the staging yard. So yeah, that's a long run. I think it's probably a longer run than what I used to have. Should be a lot of interest. And then here again, there's going to be a junction right here where it comes, into this track for staging. Where it comes around the wall here, there will be a track that goes off here, and then it will come over the bottom level here, be a top level here, and it'll go all the way around to probably somewhere right here where this old wall was. So all that right there will be an upper level junction that comes off a spur right there before it goes into the wall going into the staging. It'll come around through here. And I don't know what to put up here right now. Might be another town. I know I'm going to put the gravel quarry up here somewhere in this section. Or I might put the gravel quarry down there in that section underneath the mountain section that I showed you, going up, to the entrance door. But I'm going to leave this all single level here because I don't want nothing kind of right here where my paint stuff is and all that. I'm trying to keep this area right here where there's not that much going on, because there's going to be a lot of stuff right here. I just don't want people to be right here all the time. So I'm going to stop it right here where this old wall is, and have another section there. So if you got any questions, and if you want to ask me something, just leave the comments below. It's been a lot of work. Like I said, everything is wired up that you see. I can run trains on it. I got the DCC system temporary hooked up to the way I want to do it. And let me show you how I wired it, if some of you want to know. Use these suitcase connectors. That's for a 12 gauge, the bus wires. Use suitcase connectors for 14, which is the sub buses. So all these places that's going to have different sections, and like where the signal sections is going to be, it has its own sub bus off the main bus wire. So in that case, it's very simple to like figure out where shorts is and stuff like that than just coming off a main bus wire. So I run, if you can see here, this is the main bus wire back here, and then you got a sub bus here which runs the length of the section that you want to feed. And they're cut up in sections because, like I said, they're going to be signals and stuff like that. So this is going to be a sub bus right here, and you can see that it's all the track feeders are onto this sub bus, and then you got the main bus wire here, which is number 12, and then this is 14, and it goes all the way through the sections that the track is cut in sections. So I try to put up a sub bus everywhere, and then if you have a short, then you can find it real easy. It's just better than having a lot of wire that you don't need. You can, like I said, the sub buses are a way to go as far as hooking up different sections of your track. I didn't do that the first layout, and it was a mess. I mean, it's a spaghetti bowl. But let me show you if I can get under here. As you see here, I've got the bus wires, and there's going to be three sections. You got your main power station here, which feeds a section, which is right here. It's got its own switch, and then you got a booster, which has its own switch, and then you'll have another switch here, which I haven't got wire to do the third section yet, but it'll be here. And what this does, you can turn off the power of that section. So if something happens, you just need to turn them off. This is a double pole single pole switch, and you can just turn the power off of that section instead of having to cut the booster off and all that stuff. You can just cut the track power off here. And like I said, there'll be another booster here, and then there'll be two more boosters for the staging yards, one for the upper level, one for the lower level. So there'll be 4 boxes here, and this is where all this will go. But yeah, this is the way to go here. Like you said, it has double throw. It's got 2 poles for your wires. Instead of like a single pole, regular single pole switch, it's got 2 places for 2 wires. That way it throws both sections off when it cuts off. But this is the way to go if you have an emergency that you need to cut off. So I did that, and like I said, I try to keep everything real simple and real neat this time. And it's a lot of work, and I gotta calm myself because I get in a hurry. So I gotta tell myself calm myself down and just go slow, because I'm not a slow person. I want to get in here and get it done. A lot of people's biggest fault is when they lay, or a large layout or something like that, they want to see trains run. So they try to hurry up and get the track done and all that stuff and wire it up and see trains run, and then you start having problems, and then that's when you get burnt out. So I try to keep myself busy by, I know some people say don't do this, but I try to keep myself busy of like laying track, and then one day I might do something else and then come back to it, you know, bench work or something like that. That way I'm not constantly doing everything every day, like laying track. Some people say don't do that, it's hard to get back to it, but for me, I think it takes, you know, your mind off of laying track and wiring and stuff like that, and doing something different one day and then coming back to it. You got a fresher mind of what you want to do, and that's why I'm making sure everything is where I want it. Because one of the biggest drawbacks about model railroading, when you have a big layout, you want this, you want that, you want this, so you just put stuff in there and then you get everything scenic, and you're like, I just didn't want that in there. So this time around, I'm putting everything in there, putting mock-ups on there, seeing what works best, seeing what would work as far as operations goes, how long, you know, operator will keep his interest up, and making a scene real nice for the trains to go through, and it, you know, you're having that wow factor instead of like, oh, he just put that in there just to throw something in that section. So I'm constantly doing that, taking stuff in and out, and that's why this paper mill here has got the way it's been since the last layout. It's triple the size of what it used to be, and there's a lot more stuff that a person can keep his interest up in this paper mill. Just like this little yard here. But yeah, it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be real nice. It's gonna be a lot of work, but it's worth it. If you like trains, it's worth it. And somebody asked me, before I forget, how I put the upper level on. What I use is these L brackets. I cut them off so they won't hang all the way down into the section down here where you can see it, because the fascia will be about 3 inches on the top section, so you won't see it. Then I paint them blue when I get done. But these things are pretty sturdy, and I try to put them about every stud space. I got studs, I put them on there. So yeah, it's pretty sturdy. So that's how I do that. As you can see here, you can see them underneath there. But cutting the sections off, I think it's like three inches below the L bracket here, where it starts, where the L is 3 inches. Then I cut it, but I mean it's pretty sturdy. So happy with that. And then it's just getting the boards, getting everything finished, because lumber is really expensive. So I buy it when I can. But like I said, I got this right here. I got this little section here into the staging, and I'll be done with the bench work. So like I said, if you got any comments, if you want to know something, just leave me a comment down below. I'll try to answer it. But I just wanted to show you what I've been doing, and it's been a lot of work, but it's also been fun work. And like I said, I can run a train now, and I can run it all the way up to the upper level. So that was fun to see your project, you know, come alive and everything works instead of going off the track and derailing and stuff like that. So when I get some more stuff done, I'll try to get another video and let you see the progress. But until next time, guys, happy modeling, stay safe, and I'll see you again.